Hello, friends. Good morning for those of us in the US, and welcome to this matchup in the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2025 tournament between Spatter and Bogie. We are in Swiss Week 3. Both of these players are 1-1. So, looking forward to an exciting matchup today. From what I've seen, Spatter limited racing experience, but has picked up a win in the tournament and a couple wins besides that as well, and some decent placements. Uh, Bogie, an admin of this tournament, so been around a little bit longer, and I see we got some sports on the file names as well. Smile Fires. I'm joined by Fury SK this morning.
Glad to be here. Should be an entertaining race.
Starting at First Quest level 8 entrance. Got Lionel's out here on the overworld. And we have a level near star. That's always, well, it is level 8, so maybe we can find something nice and free in here, but can't do anything in there without a weapon. But this could be like a priority place to come back to later with a little more stuff. Oh, a staircase though.
Yep, if you can find something free, take it. If you find just transport, you don't. But hey, this is why you look for free stuff, right?
That is a really good free item. Particularly because of one of the settings in this tournament. We have no extra candles, so finding the red candle is a way to get around buying one.
Bogey's going to continue clearing. Doesn't look like you can get much further this direction, so it might spur a up an A and get out, or we may just keep trying.
Yeah, worth a try, I think.
Yeah, until you start really getting blockaded or forced into decisions, it's worth an effort, but at some point you will be hindered a little bit on speed, so it's a tough call to make. The really right or wrong answer, as the large secret is pretty good and the power bracelet is pretty vanilla, although it shifted its locations a little bit.
Yeah, we got the classic last enemy drops the clock in one of Bogey's runs of the Scaria room, but got the max 8 bombs now, so maybe there's something else we can do in here. That does mean we get to check out our start screen, which is any roads. We got one that takes us all the way up to the northeast. That is pretty nice. Bogey's found another staircase in 8. Transport.
Yep, we were guaranteed at least the one. Might get a second one if we're really lucky and get something fun.
And nosing around a little bit, away from that northeast any road, finds level 3 for Spatter. It's also got Koreas. But fortunately, very burnable with the candle we have. So if this is maybe your first time wandering into one of these streams, we are using the same flags for the entire tournament. A couple of the features we have up in the top right of our screen, we have 5 to 8 Triforces to enter level 9. Oh, I think Bogie was looking for a Kananaki opportunity and didn't quite get it. So until we find level 9 and check the entrance, we don't know the exact amount of Triforces needed, and maybe if we find level 9 pretty late, we may not even know the true requirement. Okay, Bogey's got a key.
Yeah, I think Bogie was just about out of rooms at that point, so not surprised to see the bail here. At least until you can find a little bit better equipment. Although it may also be something we deprioritize for a while, given that we have a rather large dungeon that now just has a single item in it.
Gotta look at level 3, it looks pretty linear.
Yep, but this could also be a drop room, could also be the push block, so if we get a lucky item, which we won't, we could have maybe progressed, specifically if it's the any key.
Well, look for the any key somewhere else. Bogie does get to bring a key in here. And Spatter also leaves there with some bombs, so can get started on some bomb spots. Got one that takes us very close to Vanilla Start. Okay, first set of hints, which we will need to translate. We'll need a book for that.
Yep, it's definitely within your single large secret that you can easily get to. I think it was, well, only like 72 rupees for the trio, but we will need the book to translate.
And just a 5 small secret.
The 125 large, don't think that will be too problematic.
We can also gamble.
Yep, can be hit or miss. It's randomized, so you can get really lucky with really low negative values and a single large positive, or you get the like negative 50s with a positive 30, where it makes it completely annoying to do and give up.
Got a reasonable bomb price as well, if we're looking for a place to get bombs. Very cheap blue candle after finding the red one. Oh, there is a dig dogger in level 3.
Yep. Well, I mean, we could buy a second candle and give one away.
Alright, Bogie into the HUD. Making our way west. As Spatter takes a look at the south coast with some of those bombs, and we do find level 2. So Spatter's got a head start on finding some of these smaller levels. This is, oh, Dark Nuts and Wizrobes together. And that's the open door, it takes you right into those. I mean, it's nice that they can only be in so many of the dungeons. We do have level 7 right next to it.
Hey, I might actually consider that. Maybe come back to it, though, after we use some bombs here. Yeah, well, I mean, we also have a spot out. Well, no, we actually cleared all these. Now, seeing where the map is. Yeah, I think I'd be inclined to maybe take that now. There's not a ton that you're going to have to buy outside of keys until you get a book. I mean, you can get wood arrows, I guess, or bait, but those are usually purchases you save for a little while longer.
Yeah, we have a recorder on the coast. Bait ends up being, I think, rarely... It could be very marginal. There's that large secret for Bogie at the East Forest Armors. So now he'll get a look at this part of the overworld and pick up his power bracelet. I guess the one thing that's nice about the way these enemies are set up, well, there's a couple things. Pole's voice are out here, so without a bow, don't need to deal with stabbing them a bunch on a lot of screens. Wizrobes and Darknuts together can be tough, but they're not going to be in every dungeon, at least. Magical sword sighting? Oh, and yeah, with a 39 medium secret, we will totally be fine on money. And that cheap key.
Yeah, that pushes you almost into like the 700 rupee range, all things considered. I think it's like, what, 375, and then 7 or so mediums pushes you really high up there.
Yeah, it'd be 225 even, so yeah.
It's just it's a whole bunch of money, regardless of whether it's in like the 650 range or 700 range. It's a lot.
All right, now Bogey's gonna get a look at these levels.
Bogie gonna have the same decision to make here.
Making the pirouette.
I think Spatter is really just looking for the sword before they commit to another dungeon at this point. Although one could also suggest that the key purchase might be something on the cards eventually here, given he does have the level 3 knowledge that there's a key door in the way.
Yeah, and I think the way that he was going about checking through the any roads as well makes a lot of sense, that he's trying to knock out the open caves. Heart staircase for level 7.
Yeah, unlikely to immediately be the Coast Heart, so we'll have to look around a little bit for the floor item, or just decide to give up on the dungeon since we do have the Triforce. Might be a 5 Triforce seed, and we might not really need the item out of here.
Yeah, one of the new features of the randomizer for this tournament, the shuffle within dungeons option, as we see the map, and feels like you could spend a little bit of time here.
This would make my decision pretty easy. I'd be turning around for the Triforce.
31 rooms, but quite linear unless the transport staircase helps you out. And yeah, Bogey's gonna grab the Triforce.
Yeah, despite the fact that we are of different allegiances, being Cardinals and Cubs respectively, we think alike on this one.
Oh, he just spent his last bomb, so unless he comes back there with another one pretty quickly, he's gonna miss 3 for now. But he gets a nickel, so...
Looks like we found the arrow. Price is 68 rupees. Not going to buy it yet. Holding on for a little bit longer. Bogie also sees that cheap blue candle, but of course it's under a burn bush, so we don't require it. The key purchase not going to happen there because I believe there's a 68 rupee key out there somewhere. So if we're going to buy a key, probably just going to spend a little bit of time to get to that one.
Spatter does pull off that time-saving screen scroll to get to the first quest level 5 screen. Still building up additional money.
This screen is not particularly fun. We'll hope that the screen above it's not worse than it, as Bogie also not having the best of screens, so both end up going back to start anyways.
Ow. Yeah, that's a tough place to face Lionels, especially. Alright, seems like we got similar ideas now to work on the screens near Vanilla Start. Bogey's got bombs again. I do sometimes wonder how the rocks get here.
Well, I mean, the Gorons have to test whether our runners are amongst the bolder ones.
Ugh. Got another level on the way up to Death Armus. It's level 9. Alright, helpful old man tells us 7 Triforces.
I think that's a pretty solid number. You don't really enjoy the quick 5 Triforce ones. I think Bogies in specific will probably be the happier of the two. Speaking of 2, there is level 2. But you like a little bit of gamble, but you also like, if you feel like you've got a combat edge, you like the opportunity to have to dig more dungeons, have to run into some heavier enemies. So I think Bogie will probably be of the belief that this would benefit him once he finds level 9.
Oh yeah, I misstated which level is here. But he does pirouette open a bomb wall. Gets a heart on the floor up to 7 hearts.
Oof. Yeah, I saw that coming. The pulse voice or whatever hit him, and the fire was already out, so there's not much to be done there. You're just going to go back to start. Thankfully, the Innie Road is particularly helpful. The Wizrobe's not so much in the segmented 2.
Yeah, where are we gonna come out of these stairs? All the way at the top. And do we need a key? Yeah, we need a key. Alright, another large secret bringing Spatter to maximum money at first class level 3 spot. So if you're holding on for a blue ring, maybe this is the time.
I mean, if you feel like you need it, then you just grab it and you don't think about it. If you feel like you get around without needing it, then it definitely allows you to make some other purchases. So, as a runner, you make the decision or the call as to what you want to do and what makes your seed the fastest, and you just go with it. You don't question it.
Yep, so there we go, there's the blue ring purchase, and meanwhile Bogie has bought a key. And is gonna get some of that money back. Spatter did take a death on Candle Row before, so finishing out these spots, Bogey's gonna go for a second key.
Yep, so this is where it's going to be a little bit interesting. Spatter will have the opportunity to clear more rooms, getting more keys with a little bit of defense. However, Bogie will, should they not be good drop rooms around, be able to get through some more key doors. So we'll see if this creates a little bit of a edge or if nothing really comes of it.
And we've burned our way into level 6.
Probably one of the dungeons we'd prefer not to burn into until the very end, but what can you do? The other hint shop, by the way, is also really cheap. It's not quite as cheap as the other one. If I had the math remotely right, it's close to 100, maybe just above.
I would have to watch the instant replay. I think it was 95. But yeah,
Yeah,
basically there.
it's early in the morning. I'm giving a rough estimate and giving up after that.
Okay, gels did not roll up. That is always nice.
I will stand firm on my belief that Tektites that roll up are the worst.
Okay, well, we got our map of level 6 and found the Triforce.
I believe that's an easy 30 count on that room, and that Triforce is really appealing to me.
Take a look at one more room.
Not too much regret in this room yet. Probably take the try up here and then make a decision if you want to turn around and clear some more of this dungeon or if you want to continue looking for the wood sword.
Yeah, this red candle has really been a boon. Just with what we've run into so far, like, don't really want to invest the resources into doing a whole lot in 7, but I did get Bogie some stuff.
Also potentially available out there, as I don't see it marked yet, and I haven't personally seen it on the screen, as a white sword item. Could be something helpful, could be something kind of worthless, but it's still out there, and that'll be on the runner's mind until they find it.
Yep, I believe that is still as yet unseen. Oh, this is the morning of terrible puns coming in chat as well.
Well, speaking
you
of
go.
trash items, there you go. And we can't even pick it up on 4. This early, you take it. Although with Red Candle, I think if Bogie sees it, probably just looks at it funny and continues on his way.
Alright, so Bogie now has the level 9 entry knowledge. Seeing dueling potion shops. And Spatter seems really like he's screen scrolling with the best of them right now, making it over to the grave.
Yep, definitely a very helpful tech to have early, especially on overworlds that have one of Lionel's or Wizrobes, or really Gorilla as well. Those 3. Anything that has a projectile that does a lot of damage, you want to have that tech down. So good to see when the runners have that in their repertoire.
We've got the Bunny Defense Force guarding first quest level 6 spot, but not missing out on much there.
That's another take anyone. I don't think we'll be turning around for the boomerang anytime soon to check it, but we will get to check this power bracelet spot, which you normally don't get to do early on.
Pretty nice candle boost from Bogie, just damage boosting through those Lionels. Yeah, that boomerang is staying on the ground.
Yeah, if you don't have repeatable offense early, definitely taking that boomerang. If you do, then it immediately starts to just become another item you have to shuffle through. And a lot of runners don't like that. There's the wood sword.
Alright, Grave Armos. So now with dueling A and B button offense.
Yeah, I think if you ask Spatter in the post game if at 24 minutes they believe they knew they were first to the sword, they'd say no chance. But that is how it be. We're going to see runners pretty much right on top of one another to the wood sword. I think Bogey's only about a minute out and has enough health to get there, probably. I've run out of bombs. I could post a entire bomb upgrade rant, but suffice to say that that would have been slightly helpful there. So back to start we go. Probably going to have to farm some bomb droppers to be able to clear the rest of Death Mountain and maybe a handful of overworld spots. Or we could just go back into level 8 looking for the second item in a try.
And there are also some bomb droppers here, if that was the idea.
I don't remember. I thought it was a right-hand staircase that Bogie took, so this could be something. I feel like we're segmented.
I think the right hand is where you come out.
Let's see, yeah, you're right. So Bogie, roughly a minute and 40-ish seconds behind to the wood sword, which I think, again, if you ask Bogie, I think that was a bomb pack, I think you asked Bogie how far behind he was to the wood sword. You'd say probably like 10 minutes, but in reality, not so bad.
Yeah, maybe it's in it. At least you don't have to walk all the way up to East Death Mountain for it.
Yeah, a lot of people consider that the worst spot. With my routing, I think Vanilla 1's pretty much on par. Yeah, this left side door is not safe. You have to basically tuck in and out. On the right side, there is a little bit of a chance to be invulnerable to the land mola, but that door has a shutter, so this room won't allow it.
Yeah, for a second with the backwards candle flame, I thought he was trying to boost into the center of the room, but just didn't quite get it. Oh, hi, Goma. Oh boy. Okay. Well, we got the key.
Yeah, I mean, at least we don't have to clear that room. We're done with that one, so we can choose a different direction. There is a key door up in the red Lambo room, as level 4, I think, is on, yeah, DM West.
Alright, so we have 1 and 5 still out there. Well, let's see what we can see in levels 4 and 8. There's another dig dogger, but there is a key door as well here.
Yeah, meanwhile, everybody's favorite segments. Another solid bomb force by Bogie. Unfortunately, that push block did not push for a stair. We're going to have to candle boost or sword swipe and get around some of these dark nuts in here. I think candle boosting is the better play, and unfortunately we got bopped enough by the dark nuts to where we, well,
We died in a fire.
burned ourselves to death. Calling it now. If that blue wizard room did not have a drop in it, it's going to be the map. we have a floor heart in 8 sitting there, which perhaps is not the worst thing to be seeing in a moat room you can't cross. I think Bogey's going to die here again.
Oh boy. Oh,
made
nice.
it. I saw the line stack of dark nuts there and said that's not good. Hey, this is a double set. I love it.
Yeah.
I had not realized until just now, but I should have known.
Yeah, we saw that first room into 7 as well, and kind of without a weapon, Spatter definitely went nope. Bogie poked around a little more and found rooms without those guys, but...
Here comes the pause strats.
Select swap is a cool feature.
Compass hype. Not too far away from it. Ooh, more fun.
Oh boy. Okay, got past the first 2. Alright, this is working. It worked.
Yeah, I mean, they could have really just pinned him there. So he got a little bit of good luck, but also some good skill.
Block clip? Yeah.
I think Spatter at this point has made the same amount of progress in level 8, although I don't know that Bogie found this specific bomb wall.
Yeah, I think this is even a little more progress.
Yeah, Spatter found more progress up, perhaps by the Red Land Mow and beyond. Speaking of, there's more.
Alright, another Triforce on the board for Bogie. Got folks wanting the blue ring purchase, but I think Bogie would be more interested in saving his money for whatever else might come up.
Or just taking it all the next seed, right?
Ow.
Oof. Looks like, yeah, it's going to set up for the Bomb Force. I did not see the count working out the way he had it there. Oh, well.
That works.
Yeah, I think on Death Mountain definitely are buying the bombs over the blue ring. I think it's worth thinking about, but I'd also just contend that I might be okay with just grabbing the bomb upgrade over the blue ring if I felt like that would speed up my offense. You could get really unlucky with a +2, but if you got like a +6 or +5, that would be, you'd be off to a bit of a flyer, and gets the blue ring because of the money found, so that's also a good play.
Yeah, that works out. I was just thinking, like, I've seen so many people run into key issues in these, like, just in case do you want the savings in case you have to go buy keys, and it's nice that we have a key shop that's so cheap in this one. Oh, got room for more bombs.
Yeah, you just take advantage of that for sure.
Continuing on in level 8.
I mean, if the item's really deep in this level 8 and Spatter finds it, which doesn't look like we're going to do at this point, this dig really works out. Otherwise, it's definitely why level 8 turns out to not be quite worthwhile once you have that first item. I think also Spatter was just really hoping to get the Triforce out of there in that dig.
Yeah. It does mean you have a lot of it scouted and know it's not the Triforce, but let's see what else we can find in level 2. Oh yeah, me misremembering levels again. This is the one that we wanted nothing to do with. But you can peer out, open a door. Bomb wall.
Yeah, we got pin. This room is not great for Wizrobes. You gotta be really careful. In fact, like the strategy typically is you get right up, as Spatter's doing here. If you get right up against the block, it forces their spawn to be a little bit vertical or off on the side of the columns. Or not the
Very
columns,
nice
the
gun
rows.
around the dark nut to get the bombs as well. Yeah, it's a tough room to manage space in, but doing it well. Well, this might be the approach of it might push, because level 2 doesn't normally have stairs, but yeah, now let's take a look through that bomb wall.
This is one of those wild seeds where, like, you get a really early dungeon item, you feel like you got a chance to really start moving fast, and then we just don't find much of anything in a dungeon for a long time.
Yeah, like Bogey's at 9 hearts, Spatter's at 6. Oh, we made it. End of the segment. Bogey going back to 4.
Interesting choice.
It is on the smaller side. I think, was this the not disgusting enemy set? One of them?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, yeah, these guys. Who are helpfully all bunched up this time.
Yeah, this is not the hardest room to clear, but the bubbles are really annoying. Meanwhile, speaking of annoying room to clear, Spatter is in a annoying but at this point easier room to clear, and it's double heart.
Alright, so Coast Heart in level 2.
The first of the hearts in that dungeon was, of course, in the Moldorm room really early through that bomb wall.
So Spatter has seen 2 hearts that you can't pick up from the direction that we have seen them.
Oh, a map. What we got?
Whoa.
Linear. Very, very linear. I think Bogey's gonna just absolutely hope this is the room for the item. Although, going a little bit fast and is now pinned.
Ow.
I wonder if Bogey's just feeling the lack of progress and is pushing and maybe just got a little bit too aggressive. Yep.
Oh.
Chat's calling him out.
I was looking at Spatter's erase results. His good performances have been in some of the like more drawn out seeds, I think. So this could be exactly where he wants to be right now.
Yeah, these Dark Nuts rolled up. As much as it's painful to have to do, sometimes you just take your lumps and you block clip in there, save your health in case it's not the room. So is this the item or is this a heart? I don't remember if we saw the heart. This is not necessarily the item we wanted to see. However, now we're basically a ladder away from having complete overworld clearance coverage given what's on the coast.
Yep, raft obtained for Bogie, and we start pretty close to the coast raft spot, so I can check that right now.
Yep, we are at least missing level 1. I believe I have not seen 5 as well, so...
Yeah.
If it's level 1, then you're suddenly really happy you found the raft in 4.
Spatter did find a key shop, but holding on to the money for now. The vanilla white sword cave spot. And back to 3 because he has not seen the dig dogger. But also no keys and just maybe reconstructing that. Level 1.
That is what we were looking for.
Oh boy. So you fight a bunch in level 4 to be able to get the privilege to come to this 2-item level, which is segmented.
Yeah. I mean, this is potentially not required yet. Depends on what's in here.
I'm just hoping the item doesn't spawn on top of them so we can actually see it. Spatter finds the other hint shop. Not that we can do anything with it yet, but just putting it in the memory banks.
Early push block, usually early segment. Yeah, I was gonna say, you actually have to go ahead and go through this because there are drop rooms that could be in the pool, right-hand staircase being the most prominent. Turns out that it will make the key burn here in a moment much more palatable. I took the glance at the right side of my screen briefly, and nope. So now we're back on cue with a magic boomerang that's going to get burned. I saw that coming. If Bogie loses by 2 seconds, I will remind him of that for pretty much the rest of time.
Oh, Ganon's room is the Triforce. And what do we have in our item staircase? The ladder.
Yep, so now it's basically hard required dungeon, so Bogie's dig of 4 is going to really profit. Because I believe, based on what I've kind of tracked, we are getting to at least very close to the point where flute is required to move on, and specifically, I think if something is deep in 3, I want to say that's also blocked up.
Alright, key for Spatter as Bogie is done in level 1.
Yeah, burned a little bit of extra resources, but yeah, maybe was looking for a Mags hype situation.
He's gonna go claim his prize. Spatter probably about to see the difficult part of level 4.
Yeah, I think chat's making a good point. I think Zelda's room is probably also in level 1. There's an
Yeah,
interesting bomb wall situation, so it's not super important knowledge, but it's now out there that you're not going to have that situation come up again.
and he ended up not having to deal with it because he had everything. Zelda's room, you can only come in from the bottom, so not going to open from any other side. And yeah, Ganon and Zelda's room can only appear once, so they're both in that level, and we don't need to see them again. Ow.
Yeah, Bogie trying to make the progress of finding the ladder into the flute profit the most by going to 3. Also the easiest of the dungeon sets, pretty much.
Yeah, let's get this guy out of the way. Oh, that's a fun room. Lots of blue as robes in level 4. Dig Dogger drops a key. And looks like the path to Triforce will consume a couple more resources.
Bogie doesn't know it, but that is the heart container of this dungeon. As I don't think Bogie's seen any second heart in 2. We do have Mag's information, as chat is asking.
Yeah, Magical Sword is south of the desert. Alright, Bogie does get a key for coming down there as well. Oh goodness, 2 more key doors. Well, before you spend the 1 Q for 1 room, is it in here? Alright, there's a ring upgrade. So that is our item of level 3. And we can get out of here. Yeah, chat's talking about the classic. We bought the blue ring, so now we have to get the red ring on our way. So we finished off the items in 1 through 4. 5 is still unseen. The expensive key purchase for a Spatter. Gonna save with that. Bogie does see the second heart room. Not gonna bother giving it a try right this second. Now Spatter back to 3 with keys is going to get the unfortunate news. Bogie really wants bombs. There we go. And hello, Dig Dogger. And with the map already in hand, you know that blocks your progress. Got a map of 2 as well. Yeah, maybe send help is an appropriate message for this seed. Bogie is gonna spend a little more time in 2, it seems like. Not that Spatter pulled the Triforce out of it, but Spatter's already seen the items. Did Bogie already check the top right room in 2? I believe that is where the transport comes out. Oh goodness. Even more orange darknuts. Into 6 for Spatter. Silver arrows on the floor very early in. Alright, that's cool. So we're down to 5, 7, or 8 for the bow.
Yep, the nice to have, for sure. I don't think it's going to be game changing for Bogie. I feel like 6 is probably the play over 8 for the redig for tries.
I think Spatter is considering going back into 8 at this point. And yes, bow cannot be in 9, that's why we're down to 5, 7, and 8. Because bow is counted as an important item, and there is a flag to allow important items in 9, but that is off for this tournament. So that will not be a 9 this time. Alright, with Bogie done in 2. Using the recorder, getting some bombs. Spatter looking to pull an item out of this 7. Oh, and a very nice bomb upgrade. Plus 6 max bombs.
Yeah, that's going to make digging some of the difficult rooms a lot easier.
I think we're seeing some thinking.
Perhaps. that's a combat upgrade, I believe, for Bogie. Yep, that's what he paused on, so going to have a combat advantage to clear a lot of rooms quicker now, for sure, to go with the defensive advantage from earlier.
And we've also got a heart in the staircase and 7 for Spatter, so now he knows. Looking for something on the floor. Bogie's going after this blue Wizrobe room, which makes a whole lot of sense with magical sword in hand now. That's the compass. Oh, we do get a key back with having the map knowledge. As Spatter finds a bomb refill station. Nicely done. And now Bogie will get his item. Nice clip to get those bombs.
Good old sad trombone moment there.
Spatter spends the key for one room, it's the compass room. Which, you already got a Triforce, so... Now back to 6 for Bogie. He is going to go up. And silver arrows in hand.
I think Bow in 7's probably going to be the most annoying outcome for Bogie at this point, if that's where it ends up being.
Yeah, it's not the furthest level away from start, but it's also 7.
Yeah, already got the Triforce out of it. We're already kind of committing to digging 6 for the Triforce. There's a second item at 8 with the outstanding Triforce there as well, so I think it's just the last place that Bogie is likely to commit to. I think you'd probably search out 5, given that the overworld isn't that big at this point.
We do have moats in 7. They are slowing Spatter down a little bit, having to go around them, but have not created an outright block that I've seen just yet. And we just got a key.
That key's helpful.
And we have seen 9, and that's why we know we need 7 Triforces. Oh, speaking of outright block, what's still left of here?
It's a maze room, and I don't remember seeing a bomb. Oh, we'll see. Now we're blocked.
Hey!
This room cannot drop in this dungeon, unfortunately, and there's not going to be... I don't think there's another stair available, so I think that's just that.
Yeah, because we've already seen the staircase, so... Or was that the item staircase?
Well, we took the transport to get up here, so I think we're legitimately outstairs in this dungeon. I don't know that we've seen in between this staircase and the other one. I think there's at least one room left to look at. I also don't know if Spatter got over to the left here. This room will not have anything, so do we burn the key to go up?
Triforce out of 6 for Bogie. So now he's done in there.
Oh, this is painful.
And Bogie choosing 8.
This will get Bogie to the required amount of Triforces to enter 9 potentially. The question becomes, will it get Bogie to the bow as well to be in go mode?
That poor stranded key on the floor for Spatter, who's currently sitting at 0.
Yeah, I think we're going to spend a bomb to see. Nope. Maybe already bombed it or something, but also could try. We picked something up there. I believe
That's a bow.
Yeah, it's a bow. That's about the best case scenario for Spatter.
Wow.
Like, outside of White Sword, I guess, which also could have been somewhat helpful for Spatter, that is absolute jackpot. I will maintain that if I'm Bogie, I'm probably still looking for level 5 before going back to 7. Although, with the map of 7, I guess it's a logical play still. I would say the best item left in here for Spatter is easily the key over the White Sword.
Yeah, because the issue is going to be that Spatter really needs to get back to 4.
I guess a second item that you could say is super helpful in here is the book. However, it's going to take a little bit to get the all the hints with retry strats. To answer the question in chat of why you would ever dig 8 over 4, the answer is Dark Knight Wizrobe set in 4 versus a much nicer set in level 8. Level 4 is trash for combat. Like, just awful.
Spatter's seen a number of the rooms. Like, there's a 6 or 8 blue Wizrobe room in there that you just go, nope, not doing that unless you make me.
To be fair, it isn't the worst combat room to get the required item out of there. But getting there is still a little bit tricky given the NSG room.
Yeah, NSG room with 5 blue Dark Knights.
And there's no way around that because you're not going to get the ladder until you have the item out of there. How likely for the Wizrobe Dark Knight set 9? It's likely 50-50. Because I think there's like a set that has predominantly Stalfos in it. I didn't see what else, but there has to be one more of those, and it has to be between 5 and 9 to get that.
Got the map of 8. This is kind of wild. It's got like that little barrier in between cutting the dungeon in half. Triforce.
Yeah, we may just have to take the Triforce. We don't have a key, so that could be a nice, helpful thing. Might be pushing us out of the dungeon. I think Spatter is very close to knowledge of it has to be 4 or 8. Bogie, I believe, is out of bombs.
Yeah. I think Spatter's doing some thinking. Bogie's doing some recording.
Trying to probably get to a screen closest to the bomb shop. Or maybe looking for 5.
The recorder has kind of been neglected on overall progress so far, and it reveals level 5. Wow.
Yep. The other bomb upgrade could be in there, however we cannot afford it. So we're going to hope that there's a bomb dropper right here that we can kill with the bags.
Trying some pirouettes.
I think Bogey's not going to go in there until they go to this store, though.
Alright, armed to the gills with bombs. Here we go in level 5. And, okay. Here we go out of level 5.
Well, but Bogie can't. But, well, I guess he can, but he has to make a decision as to where to go next, because it can't be 9. Unless he randomly got the bow and I didn't see it.
Nah, he's going back in. He still needs it.
Logically, the right play, in terms of the seed, the wrong play. With the Wizrobe set in here again, I feel like 9's going to be the easy set.
Yeah, that should be a relief after everything they've had to deal with in here.
I could be wrong, maybe I missed one of the easier sets in another dungeon, but I do feel like one of the 2 easier sets has rolled only once in there.
Bogie has not seen all items in it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I still think 7 would be where I would think to go first. It's fairly linear, but that's also sometimes helpful. Yes, this room.
Oh yeah, I was mainly looking to answer the chat question, but yeah, I agree with you.
I mean, Spatter will be okay if Bogie goes to level 8 again first.
So blue Wizzies are either vanilla HP or down. If I was counting, I could probably tell if they were down just now.
Well, if they're down, I think they're only down a single HP. I don't think they're down 2. Spatter's the only one that's going to be able to answer for sure.
Oh,
Hey. Can't really buy much in the way of hints, but level 9 will potentially have some helpful hints and directions.
yeah, we'll take it for that.
Bogie resetting the console or whatever device he's using to get the global back to 0 for the early bomb. See if that helps.
And welcome to level 7.
Unsurprising to see this decision being made. You hate linear dungeons until you have a lot of progress that you can do. Once you have all the progression items like ladder, flute that can block you, a handful of keys, then you'd rather it be linear so that you don't have to keep clearing whole blocks of areas.
I believe he's dealing with some dad percent at the moment. As Spatter is working on this 4-headed Gliak. There we go. Well, don't need the compass at this point, but that room's checked off. Lovely compass right next to the Triforce as well.
Yep, don't go in that Triforce room. That's a trap at this point.
Alright, Goma.
This could be an interesting spot for an item. I'm not sure if we saw the floor. And this has to be a staircase item.
Alright, what have we invested all of our time for?
Any key, please. Well, I mean, it's combat, but it's only going to help for the Dark Nuts in the Wizrobe Dark Nut set. Yep, you gotta leave. You can check a couple of rooms for some keys, but we gotta go. They have forgotten about the Triforce pickup. But yep, we're done here.
There we go, I think. There's the, I did this. What else can I even do?
Yep, the Any Key and the White Sword are both in 9. Probably not the outcome that Spatter was hoping for, given where they are behind in resources. We got the double dab percent going, maybe? Or just thinking about what we need to do next. Should be pretty quick to decide on 3 or 4, but 3 I think is just one single room that wasn't cleared, as far as my marking goes, before your dig dog are blocked, and then 4 is then the only play.
Doing some think walking. Having the ending roads right on your start screen is such a boon for getting around, so you think about what's faster.
Might be thinking about where the key shops are as well.
True, true.
Candle Row, I think, is where the closest one is for the cheap key. What's currently happened is Bogie is at dad percent is going to be in go mode pretty quickly, though, once he gets back. Spatter, in the meantime, is using, I guess, Avoidance on level 4, which is a Dark Nut Wizrobe set that has the raft that is required for level 1, which is required for the ladder that's in there to get the flute, which is required to get around a dig dogger to get enough Triforces. In other words, you just blame Justin, you move on.
Yeah, because you either need the recorder to get into 5, or you need it to defeat a dig dogger in 3. So that whole item chain is absolutely needed. But yeah, we're heading back to 4.
The right play, given that Spatter's getting a little bit of time here, might be able to take advantage of it if they can get to the item. Which is not in this room, so you don't have to worry about this room. As I recall, I believe it's just the compass, which is not useful information at this current moment. No, it's not the compass. Was it a key?
I think that's right. We would like a key.
This is definitely not the room to clear out of the ones we have the options of, though.
This is going to be a lot of bombs if we're doing it this way.
Might get lucky and bomb close enough to the top wall to go up. You're not able to see it too well because of the way the presumably the program is working for Spatter, but that Wizrobe did get self-stuck.
Oh, and that was just nothing as well.
So what was the... Oh, health, I get it.
now we're back to the fun of level 4. Welcome to the NSU room, full of blue dark nuts.
Yep, blue ring though, a red candle. I mean, you can definitely get around this room without taking too much damage. Feel like they did roll up as well. I think they're taking 5 wand hits.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 5.
I would definitely take this room down to 1 and then just get around it with a candle boost or just whacking it at the proper time. May not have seen the floor hard in here, so I could see clearing it too, but it would be nice to just not have to deal with it again.
Oh, we had a chance to run by him. Okay, now we're through.
I'm not a fan of clearing all these rooms when we have open availabilities still on the other side, I think.
Yeah, he's seen some of the rooms to the left. Well, okay, we're gonna head back there, maybe?
Yeah, it's still another way to go, but I feel like we could get to the raft without any more keys being used.
Yeah, I think the chat is... Well, okay, we do have a door to the right, but again, it's like, which room do you want to do?
I believe we gotta go through here, then we go down the Triforce room, and we're basically there.
So I think down from the Triforce room was like the Nope Blue Wizrobe room. I think we actually want to get to the right here.
Do we? Oh. Goodness, that was close. Now we're really in trouble. Yep.
Brutal level.
Maybe inclined to leave, which would be bad, but I think knows that has to be the answer here. If you were to leave, you're going for bombs. That's the only thing you're going for.
You have no sign of 1, you know you're locked out of 3, you've seen the items in 2. No sign of 5 as well. And you full cleared 6, 7, and 8, so... Yeah, you know this has to be the play.
Yeah, the problem here is, again, you just have to candle boost a little bit through this room. This is where knowledge of kind of just knowing what's required of you in a room helps a lot. The other big problem is I know there are some key decisions in 1 that are eventually going to come up here. We have enough money for now. Oh, bombs maybe? Or pure what? I'm not sure what that was. Maybe a health again.
And chat's got us covered. Forest Flute, name of the spot for where level 5 is. Yeah, Bogey's been gone for a bit, but life comes first. We play a silly game on the internet. I like Mago's suggestion. Be looking for rupees in the couch for the bomb upgrade.
Alright, Spatter saves the room. I would actually just go ahead and health refill a little bit here. Darknut may eventually assist.
Alright, there you go, down to 1.
Please. Please go get health. Please don't clear this room again. Hey, we didn't clear the room, but we really don't have much health left for the next room that is probably the easier of the two. I say that because you don't have to re-clear it again if you actually clear it with the bubbles in there.
You want to try something like a block clip in here?
The block clip in here would also be very helpful. It's not too difficult to tech. It's very similar to clipping into a staircase block, except you don't leave. And we've, I think, already seen Spatter do it once. Problem with this spot, the problem with that spot is eventually they're going to walk over there and we're going to get trapped with not a lot of health. But we did just do enough damage before it happened.
Oh, this guy. Oh.
Absolutely no health from a Darknut ever when they should be dropping about, what? I want to say like 1 in every 3 or 4 you should be about ready to get a heart out of them, and they're just noped. I'm sure Yumi's going to rage at me for saying that, and I'm way wrong, but hey, I'll live with it. I'm still team clear the topside moat room before that Darknut room.
Oh. Giving a few stabs.
This is the better room to clean. Do it.
Couple unfortunate things right now. Like, there's a heart that Spatter didn't get added to. There's at least one heart that he couldn't get because of no lagger. So it's kind of keeping you away from Magical Sword. And then the White Sword is a 9.
Now, let's go back to this room.
Oh, welcome back, Bogie. So we continue through level 7.
Oof. Oh, that key was obtainable through that bomb wall.
Right, after teasing the Darknuts for not dropping hearts, we do get 2 this time, so back up to 3.
Alright, we're gonna have to push that open for all that work. Here's the map. Got a bomb down. And this is where the required raft is. I might be right back into dab% again. That's no fun. Nope, we're back. Yeah, definitely take your time in here. Red Darknuts are not nearly as problematic. They're a lot slower. They don't go after you seemingly as much as blue, as we do have the bow.
Bow for Bogie. And with enough Triforces to get back into level 9.
Comes to the raft.
Got some Phantom Train on the recorder.
Yep.
Spatter's out of 4. Bogie gets up to 8 bombs. Spatter gonna go collect the recorder? Or not.
Can't quite yet.
Oh, yeah.
Got to go to Vanilla 4 to be able to collect that thing.
It's the item that crosses the water. Why doesn't it cross all the water?
It's about the only thing left that control Bogie and 9 that I can think of is, well, okay. 2 things that control Bogie and 9. Vertical shoots with a roar, and I don't think we've seen the bait block. I don't think we have bait.
Well, a map. Heading through the chute.
Yeah, I mean, it gets you closer or gets you in the room. In this case, closer.
Oh, hi, Patra.
Lots of keys required. That could come into play as well. I think more problematic for the runner not in 9 currently.
Alright, welcome again. We're looking for 4 hits with the magical sword. Got one already. Alright.
Don't exit right, whatever you do. Probably just going to burn the key immediately. Yeah, I think that's a good choice.
Now we're looking for a single shutter door that pops open as soon as we enter the room. Unlike that one, which we had to defeat the keys to open.
Also could be looking for any of the old men in here to give us a little bit of info given the book is in possession.
Exiting right would bring Bogie back to the vertical chute, so we would not be able to go anywhere from there.
Nothing bombs, but we do get a staircase, and it is an item. It's the one we don't want to see for Bogie, although I'm sure chat's loving that.
Yeah, that's good. Take staircase the next.
Alright, Spatter has 1 key. You have to go up. Then I don't know that we can get any further in here to what we want to find. Unfortunately, we have to buy a key. It is thankfully... it's thankfully not the Wizard set 9.
Yeah, it's easing the walk around here. Zelda is not in the top left corner.
Probably clear this room. No, guess not. Maybe? No. Hey, old man.
Well, thank you, old man.
Yeah, you can't complain about that. We buy the more expensive of the keys, but at this point, that's not really the issue. Time is the issue. Bombs might come into play again.
Alright, back to level 1 per spat. Well, bombs are cheap.
Let's reset the goal just in case. Here comes the bomb. Ooh, almost got bopped into the try. I think this is the important place to go here, though. I
Yes.
remember. Pesky virus not dying to silver. So Spatter's going to figure out the chain reaction here. Very likely it's a little bit too late to make up the time required at this point, but we'll probably be able to complete the seed.
And time does have some relevance with the time tiebreaker. So
Yeah,
you suggest that people finish these out anyway.
It's a minor one, so if you're really not having fun, then it's not going to absolutely destroy you to give it up sometimes, but if you're able to finish, it's advisable.
We're back to level 9 with some bombs. The Spatter is headed to the coast.
Last key. Gets a key refund. Feels like Bogey's looking for another stair.
Yeah.
That's not the room we wanted to see, but it could... Nope, it's not going to lead to anything. Well, I should say, it's only going to lead to another key. I feel like we have to take the stair that got us to Ganon, and then try and get south from there to the right. I feel like there's at least one room left that you could go to either bomb right or bomb down in over there.
Yeah, he only had one bomb in the Gliok Chevy room. He bombed down, which didn't work, but could still bomb right, I think, or other rooms around there.
Let's see what we had here shortly. You can bomb right in this room, maybe. Nope. So that one didn't work. We're going to have to go up. And then I don't think we tested either one of these. Going up doesn't help us too much, but maybe right would. Okay, nothing helps. We just have to go back towards Ganon, maybe clear this room.
You gotta go left to go right. Spatter is gonna find 5.
Will eventually pay off with a book, I believe, but not a whole lot else. And an easy try, I don't think we go back. I think we're basically trying to Triforce and go from here.
Spatter actually gets a choice of whether you go back to 2 or 3, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think my inclination would be to go to level 3, but...
Yeah, that's the play.
I mean, you got the flute block there, and that's really the only thing I think that was in the way to the Triforce itself. I think you had to go past the Triforce to find the red ring, at least.
Yeah. It was only a room past it, though. Triforce is at the top.
This could be helpful. This is another staircase. Well, could being the opportune word, was not potentially. And now definitively.
Wow. Level 9 eats another key and just gives us Patra.
I believe we're down to 3 stairs. And can we bomb around this key door? I don't think there's a definitive way. No. Going right here gets you the red ring, but it gets you a key as well, which is, from what I've seen so far, vital for 9. There are at least 2 key doors to get to Ganon, and I absolutely would go back in there.
Yep. Going back for the any key.
That is a worthwhile 12 to 15 seconds of walking.
It's an item staircase. No, wait, I want that item. There we go.
I mean, if we had like 4 keys at this point with the clearance we have, you go ahead and say no to it, but on 1, yeah.
Yeah, like I know some folks who would like already be holding up back out of the staircase. It's probably just reflex.
We have 0 now if we don't take the any key. So we got a key here, so it's unlikely that mattered. That room is really suspect now. Bogie will go down and look to the right, almost certainly.
There we go. That's the door popping open.
Alright, 1:35:54 is the first place time. As the Triforce is picked up in level 3, so that will get Spatter access to 9 with a whopping 0 keys. I'm going to absolutely suggest that that is not enough to get through 9. I don't think you can even get enough keys early on to get into 9 proper to get to Ganon.
Alright, welcome to level 9. Spatter did not grab red ring. That is still a blue ring.
So, I think the best case scenario is for Spatter to go up here and up again if possible. Because he's going to hear the roar. But you can't get to that roar because of the key door. So bombing up, if you can bomb up here, would be the best of the plays. Because if you go up, and left from that room, you eventually hit the any key. That would be the best case scenario that you could root for at this point. Could also root for this to give a key drop, however, it will not be enough to get to Ganon still. There's one more key door. Okay, it gave the key. You'd have to clear the Patra now. Or you'd have to get lucky in this room. No luck whatsoever on that key.
As we can welcome to the booth, Bogie, first place finisher.
Hey, thank you.
Fun seat, huh?
Yeah, it was fun having to deal with dad percent for some period of time. I don't know exactly how long it took, but it felt like forever.
With the key problem now in 9, that's going to be the end of the seed for Spatter as well as decided it's no fun.
Yeah, I was a little bit stressed about keys, kind of all throughout. I mean, I bought those 2 keys early. That definitely seemed to help.
Yep, and then you did the UE and 9 on that staircase. Check.
Yep.
Good chuckle.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't need anything. And then I saw the any key. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go grab that.
Turns out would not have been required. You had 1 key. You needed only 1 key door, and you got a refund key, but you didn't know that ahead of time, so definitely had to grab it.
Yeah, I was really stressed about using my last key, I think, in the southwest. I mean, I knew she was in the southeast, but she was very well protected today.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, bomb bomb walls everywhere that did not open up. So I counted at least a dozen, if not more, on my tracker afterwards. But yeah, I mean, normally I'm not a blue ring purchaser, but buying that for digging out the raft in level 4 seemed to be pretty helpful, because that obviously unlocked level 1 and got me my ladder, and then that kind of got me going.
Yeah, I mean, when you had to leave for what was roughly 7.5, 8 minutes, that was the point in time where Spatter finally got back to 4, and basically that allowed him access to 9 before the done hit, but still without any keys, because I think Spatter burned through the 2 keys that they purchased as well, and just could not find any real key progress in 9. And of course, Ganon was behind 2 key doors. Zelda, depending on whether or not you could bomb up into a room that you had explored but hadn't bombed up to maybe get that access point to. Basically on the map now, it's 2 rooms up and 1 to the right. If you can bomb up there to get up towards the any key, that's about the only way to get to Zelda at that point with the amount of keys he had. I think at least 2 more keys were in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some interesting points in this. Wood sword pickup being pretty late. You'll be probably a little surprised to know that you're only about a minute behind to that.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, finding that red candle early, I was like, all right, this at least gets me going, and I'll eventually get over there. So I didn't, outside of there's one dungeon, maybe it was level 2, where there were some wizrobes. And I was key blocked there anyways, but level 2 and I think 6, I don't remember, but those were the dungeons early where I felt like having the wood sword would have been helpful, but I just skipped over those. Hey, GG Spatter.
Spatter joining us in the booth momentarily, maybe dealing with the push to talk, but yeah, you're only, I think, 2, maybe 3 keys away from the entry to Zelda's room and Ganon's room, respectively. Just needed to find the right staircase for Zelda still. But keys were definitely the issue at 9. As far as other things of note, Red Candle, I think both of you probably had it within 20 to 30 seconds of each other. It's pretty quick and easy to find in level 8, so that both of you took the time to look for that. I think both of you went through a couple of dungeons trying to find just, Triforce or easy item or something, and just get in and out of there. The wand was like room left and 2 rooms up in 8. That's the item that you missed there. Was not what Spatter was looking for. I think Spatter was probably looking for the any key to be there instead of level 9 locked. But nevertheless, the access to 4, as you alluded to earlier, was definitely what caused the biggest time difference. Up until the bow find, that was pretty much the big difference.
Yep. Yeah, level 8, I was glad to find level 5 very quickly after level 8, because I was not successful finding the map, and had some bomb pressure. Just everywhere I tried to bomb in 8 was unsuccessful. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna maybe search a few recorder spots for 5, and I think it was like either the first or second spot I tried, right in the center of the overworld, just south of level 1 vanilla. So yeah, I was happy to find that. Got me the Triforce early, and then book is always helpful just to give you some guidance in level 9. I didn't need it for the hint as to whether or not silvers were there, but the hint for southeast corner for the girl was very helpful for me, even though level 9 just tried to troll with all the reinforced bomb walls.
Yeah. The only other thing of note, I think, was I think chat was speaking to it either IRL or maybe just a little bit of nerves at some point there about the 45-50 minute mark, and some of the dungeons just trying to go real fast. The Darkness, I think, got you a couple times, especially the item room at 4. So definitely something where these races do start to make you think, did I go the wrong way? And where's my opponent at, to some degree?
Yep. That's always in the back of my mind. Especially when you know that you need something like a ladder, because especially when you have a important item right on the coast too. So between ladder and recorder, knowing that level 3 was basically recorder blocked. Level 2 I had some key issues there. Some other dungeon I knew I needed level 2's item was bow blocked, so I knew bow couldn't be there. But and then just not having visibility in level 8, trying to get around it was just difficult. But and then diving back into level 9 after I was glad to find the bow pretty quickly after I got back from dealing with kids and then just getting off to 9. But then I definitely felt pressure in 9 the entire time, because I'm just like, oh my god, like I was just looking up at the race room the entire time. You never know.
Yep. Spatter, you get the mic working there? Fortunately, does not look like it's working for him. We do have a race in roughly 4 minutes or so,
Nice.
give or take, on this channel. So we'll go ahead and wrap now. I guess if there's any final thoughts, go ahead and throw them our way or chat's way, and we'll let the others get in here.
Yeah, no, thanks for doing comms, and Diesel for doing the restream, and Moon for doing tracking, and SpeedGaming for always putting on a show for us. And stick around. Thank you, guys.
Alrighty, Smile Fires. It was a blast. We had some fun watching them play this out. Got a couple of laughs. Got some shade thrown by a specific TTP minute Bogie for some combat. All sorts of fun shenanigans.
You can follow the runners. You can follow us. Coming up next on this channel, Sausage Link versus Adirondack Rick. Diesel Pilot and McMonkey on the call for that. Got 4 more games coming up today as well, so keep your eyes peeled for those, and hang out and enjoy some more Z1R. Have a good day.